Well, hello there. Welcome back to 2025. Last time I streamed was last year, so it's been a whole year since I streamed last time. I'm glad to be back streaming. It's been so long. Well, it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, but yeah, it's a brand new year. 2025 has hit us. So let's go. Let's get this in 2025. Before we do anything, I want to let you know where you are. It's Cred Breakfast Live, and I hope this is the right place. I hope this is the right place. Well, that's off to a strong start. Let's get things going by jumping in the chat, seeing who is saying hello and everything. As just before, once I got everything going, we've got live stream consultants is in the house. Monique is also here. Chantel is here. The chat is moving as I'm clicking and the wrong ones are coming up. Okay. Welcome to 2025. Double Doug there. Welcome. Kevin Hawthorne in the house. Welcome. Rebel Candace is here as well. I got to be looking. I didn't bring my glasses into my studio before we got started. Guess what I didn't do? I didn't send off my Twitter announcement. At the very last minute, I decided I'd download my membership list and update my membership page on my live stream. Probably not the wisest thing to do when you got 5 minutes before the stream starts. Okay, we've got a bit of laid back music in the background there tonight. Let's jump back in. I'm gonna get my cursor there. Frankie over 50 is here as well. Ollie Smith is in the house as well. Welcome. And I think that's where I think we've hit everybody who has announced themselves so far. If you're lurking, make sure to say hi. And we'll say hi back. And you're welcome to chat in the chat. As with every week and into 2025, it is still the case that if you have a question for me at any time during the stream, you can drop it in the chat with a Q in front, so I know that it's a specific question for me. And we'll talk about it in the stream. I'll answer it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I don't know the answer, and I'll tell you I don't know the answer. But at least you've asked the question. And everything's back. We're back 2025. Nick Nimmon's back, coming up in about an hour and a half from now. So we're looking forward to seeing Nick and hopefully Dee as well for the new year. So that's all fun. Everybody is getting back into the roll of things, and I think that's the way you need to do it when we roll into a new year. Is not wait too long. One thing that happens here in Australia, at least, is a lot of companies take time off between Christmas and New Year. So once you've hit like the week before Christmas or Christmas Eve, a lot of things close down, a lot of businesses close down, and they don't come back until like this coming Monday or even the following Monday. They'll have a really extended sort of closure or break in Australia. So a lot of businesses are coming back next Monday or the Monday after. I was back at work on Thursday after New Year's, so the day after New Year's Day, 2nd of this January. I was back at work Thursday, Friday this week, and I'll be back at work on Tuesday again because I usually take Mondays off so that I can join Chantel's show. Well, we'll say that's the reason. That's not the only reason. It just happens to coordinate that way. But yeah, I usually have Mondays off. So the focus, of course, is as creators is to sort of let's get it going and let's get it done in 2025. Let's grow our channels. Let's sort of tick off some goals, and we might talk about briefly at least what are your goals for 2025. I did a community post today, so you can post it there. You can drop it in this chat. Put down one goal for you as a creator. Make it creator specific. What's one goal you have for 2025? Whether that's like a year-end goal or something you just want to achieve at some point this year, or some process you want to put in place, some new type of content you want to make. Let me know in the chat. Let's keep going. And that's right. That helps me see the question. Absolutely. Especially when I don't have my glasses on. Hey, Tom Nash is in the house. Hey, Doug, love your show. Happy to see you back on the live. Yeah, we're back. It's good to be back. I know 2 weeks ago, I was here both with myself and Chantel before Christmas, and we cooked up a bit of a storm. A lot of people got into that one, went a lot longer. Was able to fill in that gap where there was no Nick and Dee. That particular Saturday, we just kept it going. We just kept it going, and that was fun. I always have a lot of fun streaming with Chantel, so I want to do a lot more I think collaborations in 2025. I know Andrew Can, I don't know if he's in the chat. He's probably a bit early for him being on the Pacific Coast, but he's every time we chat online, he says, "Doug, I want to live stream with you." I'm like, "Okay, let's make it happen." So hopefully, whether it's on my channel, Andrew's channel, I think he's invited me on one of his live streams. So that's going to happen sometime 2025. I'm sure there'll be more opportunities where you'll see me popping up on other streams as well. Because we've got a community. There's Andrew and there's Chantel, myself, and we're all kicking around with the likes of Nick and Dee Nimmin and others. And so you'll see there'll be opportunities to see a bit of a cross promotion in 2025. And speaking of cross promotion, you might have seen the community post that I posted earlier this week. I got a quick sort of mention or shout out, you could call it, on one of the VidIQ videos at the beginning of the week. So that was unexpected. I wasn't expecting that, and I've been tinkering with with whether or not to do a response video, because there was a bit of a challenge there at the end, and I was a bit like, challenge accepted. And I've started planning. So let me jump back in the chat. Peter Dell, been a while. Good to see you. Happy New Year. Construction industry, yeah, definitely construction industry. Yeah, yeah, they'll take every opportunity, and then they work hard. That's the hottest part of the year, so maybe they, it's okay to take a break like that. And I think in summer, over the Christmas, New Year period, particularly here in Australia, that's the ideal time for people who are especially if they're working out in the weather. As it can be, some places in Australia can get really hot, and working in the outdoors is not the most pleasant. That's one of the things that happens on my day off. That's funny. Monique says, I'm going big. Both channels monetized. Main one needs watch time. Yes, of course. Needs watch time. And the other one needs both. Absolutely. Let's get that. Peter has a question. Doug, say a video wasn't doing well, doing too well. Is it wise to change title or title keywords? Will this help? Yeah, you might consider something that might be a little bit more audience friendly for the title, something a bit more compelling, maybe, or a bit more, or has a bit more clarity, or something that's a little bit more compelling to win the click. You can just change the title, or maybe consider if there's a better thumbnail, or if the thumbnail is a good thumbnail for that particular video. Sometimes experimenting with thumbnails can make a difference as well. So the title and the thumbnail are probably the main two, because you can't change the topic, because once the video is made, you can't change what the video is about. The video is about what it's about. And so you want the title and thumbnail to support, so it's not clickbaity. So it's like not, so it doesn't say something different than what the video is about. So you want the promise of the title and the thumbnail to be delivered in the video. So when you do change a title and video after the fact, make sure that it still meets that criteria of not being clickbait, but actually still be compelling, but points people to what the video is about in some way. So yeah, definitely experiment with better titles. I think titles sometimes need a lot more work. A lot more people are very much thumbnail focused when they're watching YouTube, so sometimes the visuals grab people, or they don't grab people, and people just keep scrolling. So that's why looking at both the title and the thumbnail is a good idea. You might not change both of them, but you might try one or the other. just depending on maybe what you're seeing happening with the video. And maybe you look at it with a couple of days a couple of days in your pocket, and you go, yeah, that thumbnail doesn't really work for me. I'm having second thoughts, and so maybe change it up. It doesn't hurt to change it up. Live stream consultants, Tom Buck. Yes, I was watching some of his live stream this week on replay. Tom Buck decided to shut down his Patreon and go with YouTube membership only. What's your thoughts on that? Patreon versus YouTube versus Buy Me a Coffee. Like, I understand, like, the main reason for him was it makes it easier for people to be part of it because it's on platform, even though the revenue share disadvantages the creator, in this case Tom, is taking that hit for the audience to have ease of use. I've never used Patreon as a creator. Like, I've support a handful of people on Patreon at different times. I think I've only got one person I'm supporting right now on Patreon. And there was a particular perk that was related to that I'm interested in as well. But you know, the content is content that I definitely want to support. So it comes down to really, what does the platform offer and how does that compare with what you're doing, and is it easier or harder to make happen what you want to provide as a membership? And so I know Tom was talking about some pros and cons with Patreon. Now, because I've never used it as a creator, I can't really speak to that. Buy Me a Coffee is a little bit more hands-off in that it's not as linked to channel memberships, nor is it anything else. It's the same thing. It's a very much simpler. So if you have a really simple sort of membership thing where you just want people to support you and you just can provide some basic perks that is based on something that you can do easily, I think Buy Me a Coffee is a good place because that does a lot of the work with the payments without taking too much of a cut, and so you get a lot more than, say, YouTube membership for sure. You probably get more back per membership payment than even Patreon, I think, through Buy Me a Coffee. So there's pros and cons for everything. It comes down to, like, the revenue split. It can come down to what features it offers. So it just depends really what you want to do with your memberships. For me right now, I've only got YouTube memberships as well. I don't have Patreon. I use the tip jar part of Buy Me a Coffee. I haven't set up any like membership type style things on there because I'm doing all that on YouTube anyway. So yeah, they're my thoughts on those. Because I haven't tried those extra things, and this you can go and make memberships and say, like, Uscreen and have like video content and everything that people can subscribe to or be a member, like month-to-month member of, that get access to like bonus content. I think you can do that on other places. I think Circle does something. Like, I'm not really familiar with Circle, but I know Circle does like membership type stuff as well. So there's different platforms and they offer different features. And so you really got to do your homework on that. That's something I haven't looked into or haven't really touched on. I think Justin Brown at Primal Video may have talked about membership platforms recently on a video, if I recall. I might be mistaken. I know he's talked about Circle recently. So there's there's some things that you can do to look at there. But let's I want to get my plan for regular uploads going in 2025. Absolutely. I'm down with that. I'm in agreement. And I also want to do more collaborative content and events with real humans. Collaborative content, in-person events. Yeah, in-person events. Can help you connect with people in a way that you can't connect with people online. Like, I'm connecting with you right now. It's like, it's more of a one-way. Like, even though I'm getting the comments, I'm not seeing faces, so it's not as collaborative as being in person or being on like a Zoom call or something. I'm putting a lot of information out there. I'm getting whatever feedback I can get through the chat, and that's about it. So being able to speak every now and then, have things where you can go and actually speak to real humans about something that you're also passionate about, like content creation or something like that, something that's a hobby, whatever. That's always a good thing. I'm in agreement with all those. Oh, Captain Crush is here. Hello. I keep getting my password. So I think I changed it 3 times into getting my password. I keep forgetting. Sorry, I keep forgetting my password. Yeah, forgetting passwords bad. Yes. See if you got like a password manager to help with that, or I don't know, you can go old school and write down in a diary or something. I don't know. Depends how secure your diary is, or your notebook or whatever. It's one of those things, isn't it? I'm skipping around here. I'm probably getting behind. Peter has a question. I saw the Q. I saw the red question mark as well. That helps. I don't mind that either. Red question mark, a big Q. Do hashtags in the description make a difference as long as they're related to the title? They make. I don't believe they make much difference at all. I don't like them in one respect. People can use them. You can use them, but keep in mind all that does is list your video in a search page or a discovery page based on a hashtag. So say it's like hashtag YouTube. Do you know how many millions of videos are going to be in that because people put hashtag YouTube on any video? And so if someone clicks on a hashtag YouTube, that takes them to like a search result page for hashtag YouTube. Any video with hashtag YouTube and it will show up on that. The way that it's sorted on that doesn't help you as a creator at all. Usually it's recent videos and or performing videos, I believe. I don't know the exact sorting order on that. It's not a real benefit for discovery. Like someone can find you there, but if you look at analytics and see what the percentage of people discovering your videos on hashtag pages is next to nothing, if you even see it. So I believe it has a very low helpfulness. It doesn't help you. It's not like a regular tag where you might come up with something in search results, because people don't search hashtags. If they did, they just get that hashtag search result page anyway. But being discovered for a common hashtag is a waste of time if you're a small creator and you want to get discovered. You want to use a unique hashtag. The way I use hashtags is I use my name as a hashtag or my channel name as a hashtag. So it groups all my content in one place. Now, if somebody else uses that hashtag, my hashtag on the video, I don't know why they would want to, but they're just going to end up being mixed in amongst all my videos, because all my videos have hashtag Doug Hewson YT on them. And then I also put, sometimes, I think most of mine also have hashtag Niminati, just to be associated with, because I'm, a member of the Niminati. So it's like, but does that help me get found? I don't know. Not really. The other thing that it does that I don't like is that all hashtag, even on shorts, ironically, hashtags are clickable. So it takes people away from your video. So if they're watching a video, looking at the description, the video is playing, they click on that hashtag. Depending on what sort of browser they're using, they might get another pop-up, or it actually takes them away from the video to that search page. And you don't want people like having a reason to leave your video. You want to keep them on your video for watch time, keep them watching through to the end, hopefully. So that's another reason why I don't use hashtags, except for specific hashtags to me. What's a specific hashtag to me? I don't put hashtags related to the content, like the content topic, because there's going to be millions of videos out there on some of those topics, or hundreds of thousands of videos. I'm just going to get lost in the flow, basically. Where you might want to also use a hashtag is if you have to do so for a brand deal. If a brand deal says part of the brand deal is that you need to, okay, I'm doing a brand deal with Canon cameras, and they have some sort of like hashtag Canon 2025, Canon Creators 2025, something that's associated with the campaign they're running, and that's so that they can track the videos that are using that hashtag without the main. But that's for their purposes to track it. It's not there for any benefit for discovery of the video. So that's my thoughts on hashtags. All down. Jerry's here. Jerry is in the house. Tom Nash has almost 9,000 Patreon members. Tom's got a huge membership, which allows me to do 0 ads on all my videos and provide ad-free content and never do sponsorships. Yeah, if you've got 9,000, yeah, I think you're set with 9,000 Patreons every month. That's like even if that was like imagine if that was like $1 a member, that's still $9,000 a month. So yeah, with 9,000 patrons at any amount, that's good. That's good money, and you're not going to do it for. And nobody does one for $1 a month unless you want to. But yeah, that's a win. That's a winning Patreon. Community platforms. I'm sure. Yeah, I was like certain that he had done a video on that. Amazing Yacht Destinations is here. Welcome to the stream. Yes, there. I'm just checking my audio here to make sure it's all locked in. Chantel says 1Password for the win. Only have to remember the 1Password to get me access to all the passwords. 1Password to rule them all. Yeah. Some sort of password manager that's reputable. Yeah, hashtags are not the answer. Hashtags are not the answer. Yeah, overrated. If anybody tells you hashtags are important, I'd say that's overrated. Okay. A few people have talking about hashtags or passwords. That's good. That's a win. Okay, I went to the bottom of the chat, I think. Oh, another question pop up. Here we go. It's all about the questions tonight. By the way, there's no YouTube news because YouTube's they're on the Christmas New Year break as well. They haven't done a news flash for 3 weeks now. So hopefully next week they're back on the ball because I need content. Say it was to put an existing video on private for the next few weeks and then put it back to public. Will it get re-ranked or the algorithm? No, it'll just go back to the way it was before. It still has the history that it had before, so it's not like it's like a brand new video where it's going to be we got to find out who the best viewer is for this. They've already got some data behind it, so that it'll just slot back into rotation like it was before it went private, and then YouTube will continue to find viewers for that video over time. And that's a membership milestone message. Thank you for your membership milestone message. 18 months as a Houston RD Max member, which is the higher tier. Thank you for the support. 18 months of good advice. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I'm glad that it's good advice. That's what we're always striving for. Good advice. So appreciate you and your support. That's awesome. 18 months. Wow. That's something I need to work on more for 2025. I think that's one of my goals. So yeah, if you haven't said if you've got additional goals, maybe you've put one goal already. Let me know if you've got whatever a goal or maybe you have multiple goals for 2025. If you want to share them, of course, sometimes you don't want to share, but if you are willing to share, you feel free to drop it in the chat anytime during the stream, along with your questions as well. Just checking over here, it's all looking good. So yes, videos for members. What I would like for members, particularly if you're a member, I'm going to do a membership post after the stream, maybe sometime later today. What I'll do is ask: is it members? As a member, is there specific content you want as a member? And then that will give me some ideas I can be working on for content for members, in addition to content for everybody. And of course, one of my goals is to stream consistently, like I did. I think I did a pretty good job in 2024 of streaming just about every Saturday. There was a few Saturdays I was in Bid Summit, or it was Christmas, or a family commitment. Those things come up from time to time. Might have been one time I might have been sick, I don't know. But, I was very consistent on the streaming in 2024. I want to continue that in 2025. So that's another goal of mine, to share, just to help out. This one's always important to prioritize health. Sometimes you might be wanting to make content, but if you are, you need more sleep. Say you're super tired. You're not going to be able to put full effort into maybe say recording a video. Maybe you can do a little bit of planning, a bit of editing. But yeah, don't push, especially when you're older. Like I've noticed now, since I've reached my 50s, I have to make sure that I do sleep and try not to push like I do all-nighters to make content. I think I did that once or maybe twice last year, where I was on a roll and I wanted to get a video done, so I just edited through until it was done, uploaded it, in the middle of the night, sort of, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and hit the bed just before the sun comes up. I don't want to do that like too often. You know what I mean? So health in that respect, and just looking after yourself, like generally, decent. I think things like what you eat and making sure you get enough sleep and exercise and different things can be helpful as a creator to be able to have some energy and sustenance and be able to sustain how many hours you need to make content. There's other challenges that aren't health related that are already going to be blocking your ability to make content. So you want to find ways to overcome those where you can. But when it comes to health, you need to prioritize health, definitely. 8 books to publish this year. These 3 were written last year. Well, if you've got them written and they're not published yet, that's still technically getting them published. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a win. More the better. Oh. Jerry's in agreement with the health prioritizing. A 50s members group. I don't know if I want to do. Between some Facebook groups that I'm in and just even having a membership on YouTube, it's like, do I want one additional responsibility for a different type of group, and then being in other people's groups, just as just as somebody who's a member or possibly a moderator. Yeah. Sometimes it can be group fatigue. I think. I don't know if that's a health thing. It might be a mental health thing. We'll see what happens. I don't see myself as doing the recent sort of craze of making content over 40. It's like, I'm not. I don't feel that I'm specifically speaking to that. I know that song kicked in and it sounded like birds tweeting. I wonder what that was. Oh. Just once a week for me, going to bed at sunrise. Yeah. Yes, that's right. That's Saturday night, staying up late. By the time this time of year, by the time we get done with Niman Live, Nick and Dee are finishing about 3 a.m. our time. So myself and Chantel are like, okay, 3 a.m. If we hang online for too long at this time of year, we're watching the sun come up before we hit go to bed and get some sleep. So it's always a challenge. Don't want to be doing that too often, but we seem to do it weekly, just because that's the timing of the thing. Goal, silver play button by my birthday, 4th of July this year. I know it's a lofty goal, but if you don't shoot the stars, you'll never. That's right. If you don't shoot for stars, you won't even hit the moon. Absolutely. So yeah, ambitious. All right. I'd be excluded for a couple of years. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. I would be sad. Excluded. Okay. Too many groups indeed. Yeah. 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 Especially with something's become a habit. Like I had that channel name for some time. You get used to it. It's like, do I change it? Well, it's still correct. Over 50 is still correct. You're just not saying how far over 50, All right. Beautiful. If you're around over 50s plus group, yeah, I don't think, I don't think that's something that I got my hands in too many things already. I think that's like one responsibility too many. Running something like that. So I don't, I'm happy to run, a membership or a group or something that's anybody who's like in that, a content creator or, YouTuber, You know, I'm happy with that. You know, I don't mind if they're in their 20s or 30s or 40s. You know, I don't mind. I was there once, so I've got to be able to relate in some way. I was in my 20s once. I was in my 30s once. And a few years ago, I was still in my 40s, so, you know. Fun. Yeah. Because we don't have news today, I don't have too much lined up. But let's look at, first of all, I want to because it's the start of the year, let's shout out all the members that we have here at the start of 2025. There's everybody who's supporting the channel, whether they're Hewsonati Max, Hewsonati, regular or gifted memberships. They have opportunity to access the membership content. Hopefully we can add to that, do some more membership live streams as well. But let's go and let's acknowledge them today. It's a bit more of a list, as you can see. The Hewsonati list in particular, as you can see, is quite long now because we had all those gifted memberships a few weeks ago over a couple of streams through December. So the list is quite long. I'm going to read some names out, actually. Let me move that one out of the way. But let's start off with Hewsonati Max. So these are people that support at the higher tier every month. And there's 3 of those, and they do, and I really appreciate Amazing Yacht Destinations, Eileen Smith at Home Rapid Repair, so Larry and Eileen, and Amazing Yacht Destinations. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you supporting at that level. There was obviously no obligation to do so, but I do appreciate it. Particularly if you guys have any things that you want me to cover in a video, whether for members or regular. I'm always open, whether you're a Hewsonati Max member or just a regular Hewsonati member. I'm going to rattle off some names right now. Hewsonati members include iCast Enterprises, that's Jason, Daniel Batal, Chantel Hills, Monique and iPhone Chris, and Michael Sahovsky, Rebel Canners, Greg Hubers. I saw Greg on another live stream earlier today. Karen Cole, Kelly Plains, Paul Dixon, Civilized Crash Out, Jerry Popandrea, Sam B, Jasmine D, Dave Matney, Chinny, Scaly Models, Brian Weber, V Ben Israel, Make It Look Easy. That's a telling channel name. Make It Look Easy. Serenity, Gambling Aliens Podcast, very unique. Live stream consultants, of course. Chris is here. Nancy H, Corvette Rudy, Taryn Anikas, Freaking Awesome, American English with Brent, The Driven Dad, Joseph Yenny, My Bourbon Journey, Nick's Mountain Goat Productions. I believe that's the one channel. I think it's just sort of been truncated there. Chantel Hills for the second time. Southern Relic Adventures, Andrew Can, of course, and Ray. So I want, because I don't have any news today, I thought I'm going to spend time appreciating the members. So every one of you, whether it's purely whether you're supporting out of your own funds or whether you're a gifted channel membership, regardless of that, I hope the content helps you. And for those who are actually supporting, or those who have those that have bought the gifted membership, thank you for sharing the memberships with other people. That's much appreciated. So appreciate you all. Let's go back to, there we go, press the button. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to jump on this one first because I saw it pop up. Thank you for your membership milestone message. Another Hewsonati Max member dropping the membership milestone message. Also, 18 months. Eileen Smith saying first. Eileen was one of the first, if not the first. I can't remember who was first, but maybe you were the first Max member. I can't remember. But appreciate Eileen's support over the many years, kicking around on YouTube for a few years now. Eileen Smith has some really great content. I appreciate particularly some of her stuff recently on Amazon. Keeps me up to date on some things that sort of sort of go through my email box that I don't always remember or see. So much appreciated. Okay, here we go. Thank you for gifting the memberships. There are 5 gifted memberships, so we've just added another 5 people to that list, courtesy of Amazing Yacht Destinations, and they're going out to, I need to look at my other screen here, Sasquatch, not Sasquatch, Sasquatch, K&J Lumber, Magic Flying Potato, the YouTube Wall, and Plan 1A. So to you guys, if you happen to be watching the replay or you coming in right now because somebody's just gifted you a membership, welcome to the Hewson YT. There's membership content and perks. You can look at the See Perks button to see what that's all about. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime because that's one of the perks. I'm going to jump back in the chat to see where I was up to after some of those. Understanding our step too far is an important as understanding that we want to get down. Okay, that probably wasn't for me. Well, maybe it was. Maybe I've just moved on. Jerry says, Doug, what's your prediction for the directions YouTube will develop in 2025? Well, I don't know where they're going to go. I think they need to do some refinement, like with some of the multi-audio tracks. 'Cause I think it's a bit all over the shop. The auto dubbing, if anybody's checked out auto dubbing, it's a little bit rough at the moment. But we know that's going to get better. They have said, you know, this is the worst it's going to get. It's going to get better. And let's hope that it gets better because some of those translations and the voice, you know, is like I heard one today that Chantel sent me a link to that sounded a little bit too AI for my liking. In English, it was like a different language. I think it was Portuguese into English. So the original video was in Portuguese. The English sounded very ordinary in a very robotic sort of AI, obviously AI voice. So I want the voice and inclination stuff to get better, like they promised, like the spruiking. They told us what they're trying to do. I don't think they've got there yet, and maybe they're releasing it or rolling it out to people a little bit too soon. Maybe they need a bit of developing it, but at the same time, they might need that data and that feedback to help with the development of that. But I think that you'll see a difference between now and the end of the year in how that sounds like, and probably hopefully by the end of the year, everybody will have that, because I know I don't have it yet. So I have some thoughts along those lines. Also, I think for 2025, I think we're going to see maybe some more stuff getting added to live streams. We saw a bit of a flurry there in 2024 with some small things like the super chat goals, which came out right before Christmas to everybody, but they've been testing things. They did the like a super chat, the reply to a super chat, different things like that. They're going to be, I reckon they're going to add some more tools to live streaming. I know for at least whether that's the chat or just more of an interactive experience that they can improve on. We see that they're trying to go down that route with vertical video as well with the jewels. So I think there's going to be some developments in live streaming, more interactivity to make it more like a community interaction, community party sort of, so to speak. I think we're going to see more of that in 2025. I have no idea where shorts are going. I think we're not going to see any sort of lengthening in 2025, at least from like greater than 3 minutes. I think we're going to see, we'll just see how that sits. I think shorts will start maturing though in 2024. I think not as many people are going to be doing them, but they're going to get like, there's going to be like next level. I reckon they're going to keep adding tools to shorts tools. I think there's some that I need to explore a bit more, maybe do some update videos on. But I think we're going to see more of those sorts of things turning up. I'm hoping that they're going to roll the Create app out to iOS in 2025 because it's on Android. Like I can use it now on my Android phone, which I don't have here with me, but I can't use it on my iPhone because it's not out on iOS yet. So I'd like to see them do that this year. That's what I'd really like to see them do. Yeah, I think more ways to monetize is something that the platform's always looking at. So you might see a few more monetization options open up. I'm not sure what direction they'll go. I'm hoping a greater rollout of some of the shopping features to places other than the US. I'm specifically talking about Australia, but other countries, of course. We're not seeing a lot of the affiliate side of things on the YouTube shopping, where they got the merch sort of promoting your own shop. Whether it's 4th Wall or Spreadshop or Shopify, those type of things. So yeah, really I'll have a bit more. I think anything else comes to mind during the stream, I'll pipe up. But I'm happy to be surprised with some other features. I think there could be some improvements in some. How do I put it? I don't know how I'm going to put it. Anyway, I will talk about more about that when it pops in my head. Is there anything else in the chat here for me? Let me know. Put it if you got a question or whatever. Put it in front of it in the chat. I don't always want to be on camera. Okay, a lot of chat between people. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna do some asking some questions as well for this stream. Totally quiet now. You might have noticed I put out a video about the honey situation. Was it last week? I think it was last week. So put a hand up in the chat if you have not heard about the honey extension situation, the video by Megalag, anything like that. Put your hand up if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about. And while I'm doing that, I have a question. Are you planning on adding more content to your other channels? Yes. I do, for trying to put stuff on my reviews channel as I get the videos edited and up on Amazon. I also put them on my reviews channel. So that's sort of like as I get the videos done. Like I've got a bunch filmed that I just have to edit. So when they get done, they just get done when they get done. I do want to do more stuff on my mobile channel. I want to talk about mobile specific things. Maybe I'll talk more about like shorts tools and stuff. Anything where I do tutorials about YouTube related things on the phone, if it's phone related or about an app, I'm going to try and do it over here from now on instead of on my main channel. Let my main channel be more about the YouTube news and more about YouTube features, the desktop stuff. When there's crossover, of course, if I'm talking about a feature that's on desktop and the phone, then it's going to be on the main channel anyway. But if I'm doing a tutorial, it'll maybe end up on the mobile channel. So that's sort of the idea. So yeah, try and get more consistent on that because it's been a while since I put a video on the mobile channel. Let's just say that. Can I put my hand down instead of hand up? Yes. Yes. So the latest news on that, if you haven't heard in the last couple of days, is a couple of creators, namely Wendover Productions. There was another one. They've teamed up with Devon Stone, who's Legal, and a couple of other YouTube lawyers, and they've actually put in they're doing a class action lawsuit against Honey for stolen revenue because of the whole swapping out affiliate link situation, where they would, any time that anybody clicked on use their browser extension to look for codes, didn't bring up any results, and then they interacted at any time with the Honey pop-up, it was switching out possibly a creator's affiliate code. Say you came into a product on Amazon from one of my links, and then you had Honey installed, and then you let it look for discounts or whatever, or it popped up, so there's no discounts, but hey, whatever. Even if it's just a button to clear the little pop-up box, it would go into the background of the browser and swap out my Amazon affiliate cookie for their Amazon affiliate cookie. Various sites that they have affiliate deals on. They've probably signed up for just about every major retailer that would have any type of codes or anything else. And they would switch that out. So they basically were stealing at like taking a full advantage of like last click attribution to snipe creators' affiliate revenue, basically. And so they're getting sued for that now because of Megalag's video, bringing it to people's attention. They're like, "No, this is not good. We're gonna do a class action lawsuit." So there's a possibility for creators to actually jump in on that. And if you watch Legal Eagle's last video, it tells you how you can get involved and sign up for that class action, so you can be part of that class action lawsuit if you feel that over the course of the last 5 or so years that there would be any possibility of anybody using your affiliate links, but then also using Honey and having Honey snipe your affiliate commission, basically. So if you think you're interested in looking into that, go look at the last video from Legal Eagle on the Legal Eagle channel. He talks about how you can sign up for that class action lawsuit. So that's something interesting. Yeah, so a lot of dodgy stuff like becoming a creator. It's not just about making content. It's like if you're doing it or at any level where you might be wanting to do it as a part-time or full-time income, then you got to be on the ball for some of this stuff. It's like it's a shame that we have to be, but we just have to be alert these days, and that's why it's good as creators to come together, and if something isn't right, is to bring it to people's attention so that they don't get scammed or taken advantage of. And so that's one of the reasons why I made the video, because I think it's that important that I think people should be watching. Anybody who watches me or anybody who watches you and you have affiliate links, they need to know that it's disadvantaging you as a creator. And if they think they're supporting you and they're using Honey, then in the end that money isn't going to you, it's going to Honey. And so when users find out about that, and they know that quite often they use affiliate links to support creators in addition to getting access to what the deal is, to buy the product or the service, then it's something that I think every viewer of every YouTube channel needs to know. If they ever use those sorts of things. Obviously there's other browser extensions out there that do similar things, where they're offering coupon codes or discount codes to find them, whether or not they're offering you the best ones or the ones that are available. Sometimes they're out there, but they don't offer them to you. And so then they're even ripping off the customer, not getting the best deal. They're getting the smaller deal that they could be getting a bigger percentage off or something, but they're deliberately not showing that to you. So there's multiple ways that Honey are disadvantaging creators and consumers. So my recommendation is uninstall Honey. So as soon as I watched Megalag's video, I uninstalled Honey. Like I've used Honey. I've used their cashback. I got cashback and turned it into Amazon vouchers. I used Honey when I got my airfares to Dallas last year, because I bought them directly through Air New Zealand's website, and Honey came up and did their thing. They got a commission off that, which I realized later that they got a commission off that. That's how they get the commission. That's how they can give me some sort of rewards points back or some value back, is because they're making money off it and they're giving you a little percentage back as a reward for that transaction, and they've collected on that transaction. So here's a reward for you. And so luckily I've cashed that. I had cashed that in previously on some Amazon vouchers. I've just uninstalled Honey off my browsers and I'm done with them now. All right, let's jump back into the chat. We're talking about Honey. This is more about Honey. It seems like Amazon should dump their affiliate account. They've gone against Amazon's terms of service, not declaring publicly the affiliate link involved. That's true. I used Amazon as an example just before. I'm assuming. I'm just at this point. I don't definitely know, but I'm assuming they must have an affiliate. Why wouldn't you? Amazon's one of the biggest stores Like if you're doing it like with other online, with Shopify or whatever, and they've got deals with those for affiliate links, then I don't see why Amazon would be any different. But that's true. That is true. Maybe that ain't because of that. I don't know. Although I know with honey, like every time I go into Amazon, it would give me show me price drops and stuff. It was giving me price drop data. Like if something had dropped, it would show me like a chart of if it was this price, but now it's this price. So yeah, that's a good deal. Or that was, I found that actually helpful. So if they're doing that, then I can see that they would be also swapping out the affiliate link. So how many times have I clicked on a creator? Like I don't that often. I usually do my own searching. But if something gets recommended and I click through and I happen to make the purchase, then maybe that's gone to honey and not the creator. So I would want it to go to the creator if I click the creator's link. That's just proper. Yeah, it is surprising. It is surprising. But we know Markiplier had like he just detected it like just in the atmosphere. He just knew like 5 years ago. What? There's something fishy about this honey business. He didn't know what it was, didn't investigate it, but he just like, yeah, something's not right. Something funny about honey. Yeah, part of the lawsuit, I was watching the legal video, is not only is like getting restitution for creators, but it's also for them to cease and desist doing what they're doing. Like stop it. So they want the court to like compel them to stop. Dave Mandy's in the house. Welcome to the stream. SMA Sky is here as well. Welcome. Will AI fix subtitles when you're live streaming? Now, I think real-time subtitles on live streams, whereas there's the ability to do that. Hopefully they do find some improvements over time, like put in better data, machine learning and stuff. But they're always going to it's not going to be perfect because it's real time, trying to understand different dialects and accents and different things. So I would see that maybe there's an improvement in them a little bit over time, but I don't think it's going to be like completely like awesome, fixing everything. I've seen real time voice to text make a lot of mistakes still, like different words that sound the same that are spelt differently, not getting the context. There's examples of that, different things like that. So I think that's something that still need to be worked on at a machine learning level, and that's more traditional machine learning. That's not like the generative stuff, like generative AI, which is a newer type of AI, which is going leaps and bounds. I think machine learning has been just slowly like treading away for many years. YouTube's been using machine learning for video recommendation system for a long time, many years. So it's not a new thing. Megaleg's example showed that switching a tracking cookie on Amazon, so at least Amazon, if not all the others. Yeah, the one I remember, the Linus one, was like, I think it was Newegg, the computer store. But yeah, I'd see them doing it on Best Buy, Walmart, B&H Photo. They cover very specific countries. US, I know Australia, most Australian stores covered. They probably have like a blanket thing on people's Shopify stores. They're around seeking out like all the stores that they could be like integrating with, and looking for deals with and doing other dodgy things. So yeah, very possible. Do you think each country will have to have a lawsuit on its own laws? I think one of the things with lawsuits is if it's, well, where's that company trading? Like, where does what state jurisdiction does Honey PayPal operate out of in the US? Like, they're clearly a US company, so they got to be met in a venue in the state that's in their jurisdiction. So if they're, say, operating out of, say, Delaware, then they got to sue them in Delaware. If they operate in, say, Washington State on the West Coast, then they got to sue them in Washington State. Generally speaking, that's how it works. I don't think they're touchable if they're a US company. Say if we tried to do a class action in Australia, unless they had an Australian arm or branch or entity that could be reached out to that's operating in this jurisdiction. I don't think that's the case though. So yeah, there are legal like jurisdiction limitations to that. I think that'd be very difficult to run, like different ones in different countries. But if they had an entity set up in your particular country, then it would be possible to file a lawsuit. Yeah, they're always showing, like, because Mr. Beast promoted a lot for a little while there, for a period of time. He was promoting Honey. But here they always like to use Mr. Beast because, like, people are, oh, Mr. Beast promoted it. Linus was chatting more about it today in the WAN show. He was not aware of the additional issues outside of the cookie hijacking. Yeah, and there's more to come, and we know that Megaleg said he's got 2 more videos to do, covering more about Honey, which is like outside the stuff that he's already talked about. So it looks like it's going down a dark path for Honey. If that's the first video, what are the second videos talking about? Yeah. Real time speech to text is a challenge for sure. And I know Facebook do it on live streams. YouTube has it in certain conditions on certain live streams, depending on how you're streaming, what language you're streaming in. The problem with a class action lawsuit is this type is probably not help any of the creators' losses, but it can cause Honey PayPal to cease and desist. And I think that's part of the thing, is bringing attention and to get them to stop the dodgy practice. Like, you know, up until this point, like the main named creators in this lawsuit, like Wendover Productions, who makes like half as interesting when channel Wendover Productions, the channel Jetlag. They do a lot of content on Nebula as well. They do a lot of, like, every one of their videos more or less has some sort of brand deal in it, and so they often deal with like affiliate links for driving traffic to that product or service. And it's not just for the income, it's also used for the brands to track how well what sort of conversions a particular campaign has on a particular channel. And so that's why they use unique codes or unique links, so that they can know that. But if Honey's hijacking those, then it's underreporting to the brands the effectiveness of those campaigns. So that is a loss of brand deal revenue, because they're going to get the brands are going to say, well, you only drove this much traffic or this many clicks on this particular video or this particular campaign. So, you know, next time we can probably just going to maybe offer you a little bit less money because it sort of didn't meet the expectations that we had based on what we projected. And it's because Honey's coming in and sniping a whole bunch of them and giving a lot less traffic than that. You've actually been sending a whole lot of traffic there, but Honey's been sniping it all. They don't get the benefit of the brand deal, but they're stealing your potential future earnings through brand deals by having your clicks underreported to the brand. And that's one of the other things they're getting sued for, not just the actual loss when they're sniping the actual affiliate link and losing that commission. So it's interesting indeed, this Honey thing, and there's probably be more. I think at the moment, my feed, I can't turn anywhere without seeing somebody doing some sort of video about Honey. Now I've done mine. I might talk about it on a live stream or something, but I'm not gonna make any more videos about honey. I've done it now. It's out there. I'm not gonna do follow-ups unless there's something major involved in that. But I thought it was a big enough thing to talk about as a PSA because, you know, many viewers want to support the creators that they're watching, and so that's why they use that. Click on their links and buy the product. But then if that's being taken by PayPal, they need to be aware of it so they can stop using honey. So yeah, it's concerning. It's concerning. So yeah, if you've got any more questions, I think it's time to call. Let's call this. I'm a bit rusty.
It's the last call.
It's the last call, which means it's your last chance to drop a question, make a comment, anything like that. Before we wrap up, coming up in 28 minutes from now, it's Nimmin Live is back. 2025. It's going to be fun. Let's find more about what Nimmin Live is about, or give you the details, I should say. So 9 AM Eastern, of course. When else would it be? Nick Nimmin. Hopefully joined by D Nimmin as well. I don't know. Be back answering your YouTube questions. So get your YouTube questions ready. Make sure you stick around in the chat because you'll automatically end up over on Nick's channel. Once we're done here, you'll end up in his pre-show chat. So sit tight and you'll end up there automatically, which is pretty cool. And also don't forget to know that Chantel will be going live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, with her live stream show, which is Monday morning. If you're here in Australia, that's Monday morning, 9 a.m. East Queensland time. Might be 10 o'clock if you're down south. And I'll be here again this time next week. We talk more YouTube, and I'm hoping there's some YouTube news, and we can start digging into the news for 2025, and also just answer your questions like we did today and like we do every week. Let's jump back. Here we go. Last call back up there. I just had to pull it off while we did that. All right, let's jump into the chat. Oh, yes. Do it. I don't think do it someone. That's Chantel's, isn't it? Do it. Last call. That one should have worked. Did that work? Did it come up? Are they coming up? I'm looking for them. Maybe I wasn't looking when they come up. Alice, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here for the first time. Yeah, and we found me here and subscribed. Yeah, stick around because I'll be sending you to a place where you're going to be getting a lot of value, a lot of YouTube questions answered in the course of a couple of hours. Coming up here at 9 a.m. Eastern in about 25 minutes from now. My pal Nick Nimmin. They're not coming up. Oh, did I break something? Let me just check to see what's running on these. Social Stream Ninja. Custom GIF is boxes there. It's visible. Oh, we need to do some testing. D is with Nick. How do you know that? Let me click on that. That's the one I'm responding to. How do you know? I'm just going to check my link's still up to date because it might have changed. You know what happens. Or maybe I've got GIFs turned off. No, I don't have GIFs turned off. I'm just going to recopy the link because sometimes that fixes things. Let's copy that real quick. Clear. Yeah. Paste and save. All right. There it is. I saw it. A little small, but it was over there. And the old chat commands. They're actually, I think the list to the chat commands is a link for those in the live chat. Now we're rocking through them all now. Yeah, face palm. That's the one. Yes. I just had to refresh the link. Maybe the link changed or something. But I didn't test it beforehand. I usually test these things beforehand. I tested the chat because I had to change it back to blue from last week. Last call, there we go. They're all working now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woohoo. All working. I missed this one. It's a New Year, Doug. First piece of streaming. The crash. Well, something's got to not. It's a live stream. If you're doing a live stream and everything always 100% perfect, then I'd be doubting that you are really live streaming, because when you're live streaming, something invariably goes wrong at some point. Maybe not every live stream, but every so often. And today, the GIFs or GIFs don't work, but now they're working. Just had to refresh the link. I did have to, because last time we streamed with Chantel, I had a different profile in Ecamm. I switched back to the regular one. Boom, boom, boom. All there. It's all happening. Motivated by all the Back to the Future gifts that are in there, so gotta play that at least once per stream. Bingo. Bingo, bingo. Yeah. Have your last minute fun with the gifts, because we're wrapping things up, sending people over to Nick's stream soon. Don't look like you had too many more questions in the chat, so that's cool. Yeah, so I'm hoping everyone has a great week this coming week. For some people, this is like their first full week, just definitely the first full week of 2025. Because we came into 2025 mid this past week, so so 2025. I feel it's going to be good. I'm going to be positive. We're going to work towards doing bigger and better things in 2025. For me, trying to be more consistent with my pre-recorded videos, maybe throwing a few more shorts here and there as well, and uploading content to my other channels, which is always good. But my commitment is to be here every Saturday as much as possible in 2025, doing the stream, telling you about the YouTube news and updates for the week, answering your YouTube and creator questions. So yeah, 2025 is going to be great, in my opinion. We're going to stay positive, and we're going to look forward to what might be happening as we get through January and into the rest of the year. Okay, what's happening here? Coffee time, yeah. I will be making a coffee. Bring on the new week, absolutely. Thank you for another amazing stream. All the best for the new year, for the new year. Absolutely. And I hope for you, I wish the same for everybody watching here, whether you're watching here live, excuse me, or on the replay. Here's to a very positive 2025. Make sure that you do everything you can to be regular and consistent on YouTube for whatever upload cadence that you are able to sustain. Thank you. And here's to being able to ideate ideas that are going to actually grow your channel and get more 1 of 10s if you're into like that sort of scoring. More 1 of 10s more often. And let me know if you've got any ways that you like to do that. But I like to use what I'm starting to dabble in is using Creative Fuel. If you want to know more about Creative Fuel, I've got a link. I think there should be a link in the description of this stream where I'm starting to sort of test that out for ideation, coming up with video ideas. So if you're stuck for ideas, that's a good place to start ideation, and then working through and it'll help you work through everything through thumbnail ideas, title options, and different things. Once you've plugged everything in, it'll even help you outline a basic idea for a video, which could be really good. Obviously, you don't go word for word on an outline, but it'll give you something a starting point that you can like jump off of and make your video from. So make sure to check out Creative Fuel in the link in the description. That's my positive thing. I'm going to be testing that more in 2025. I'm also going to be looking at the new YouTube research tab and see what the pros and cons of each of those are. And if I get some insights in that, that might become a video for later in 2025. So, Creative Fuel versus YouTube's research tab. There's more tools out there doing that these days, but they're the two that I'm going to be checking out in 2025, particularly Creative Fuel. So if you want to check that out, I have a link. It is an affiliate link, and if you do sign up, you might earn a commission, and I believe they might even have a New Year's deal at the moment. I'm not sure if there's a special link for that, but if you don't see it, let me know. I think that's expiring very soon. One last sweep, I should say, of the chat for questions and comments. Dave Matney is here. What is one thing you would tell yourself if you could go back when you started? Figure out what your thing is on YouTube. That would be mine. Like, for a while there, I was going back to, I started off doing like tutorials about software and stuff. It was sort of loosely for creators, but I didn't really have a direction. So it's sort of morphed over time. But I think if you can like be consciously thinking about what the direction of your channel should be in regards to what am I going to enjoy and what is going to be beneficial. Like if you can cross both those two boxes off, what you enjoy being able to talk about over and over, like different aspects of some, a particular direction, and being able to meet an audience's like wants and needs and questions that they're asking, and be able to like address those and not just make content for content's sake, but nobody's interested in it, but something some people would be interested in learning. If you can consciously think through, if I could consciously have thought through that a little bit more earlier on, I think I could have gone further faster, if that makes sense. That's probably one thing I'd say to me. I'm sure there'll be others. If I think about them, I might make a video about it, make a list. Okay, yeah, there's the links to Creative Fuel as well. Yeah. So that's sort of the one that comes to mind for me, because I know it was like I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to sort of be in the content creation sort of space, but I didn't really want to be necessarily a I don't want to speak about growing a YouTube channel because everybody else is doing that. And at the time, a couple of thousand subscribers, do I have enough insight to be helpful? Like the insight that I do have on channel growth and content strategy comes from watching others like Roberto Blake and Brian G. Johnson and Nick Nimmin, Daryl Eves, Sean Cannell, a bunch of other people, Andrew Can, others. Over time, over the many years, I've been doing this sort of thing, or doing this channel in particular. It's something that I sort of didn't want to sort of push into early on, without having like a little bit of social proof at least. And I think getting to 10K subscribers this year was sort of part of that. But I think I need to continue to grow it a little bit quicker than I'm growing it. And that to me is consistency of uploading content. So I need to do more of that this year. And that's what I'm planning on. Staying consistent with the live streams, of course. And on that note, it's time to wrap things up. If you stick around in the chat, you'll automatically end up in Nick Nimmin's pre-show live chat, ready for his live stream coming to you at 9 a.m. Eastern in about 14 minutes from now. So I'm going to let you all go because I need to refresh, reset for Nick's show. And I hope to see you all there in the chat. And I will catch you later.